2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has described the seizure of aircraft in Nigeria's presidential air fleet as an international embarrassment. Obi said the development has exposed Nigeria's failed leadership and poor attitude to the rule of law in a democracy. He said, the trending international news on the seizure of 3 jets belonging to Nigeria's presidential fleet is yet another of many embarrassing things exposing our failed leadership. The trending international news on the seizure of 3 jets belonging to Nigeria's presidential fleet is another of many embarrassing things exposing our failed leadership and our attitude to the rule of law, even in a democracy. It has also exposed multiple dimensions to our leadership failure and our insensitivity to the plight of the growing poor class in our midst. The fact that the federal government went ahead with the jet deal despite the cacophonous cry against the purchase of a presidential jet at this time when the people are going through a horrifying economic hardship shows the insensitivity of this administration. Added to it is the embarrassing aspect of our country's presidential jets being held for contractual breaches arising from yet another dimension of inadequate leadership tidiness. I have been very loud in my demand over time that the government at all levels should be accountable to the people, meaning that they must be very transparent in their dealings. Until a court in France prohibits Nigeria from moving or selling these 3 jets, Nigerians have no iota of information about both the buying and selling of these aircraft. It has been done in secrecy. Federal government property, which belongs to the people, is being managed as a personal family asset. Paying as much as $100 million for a presidential jet for a country that is in poverty, is the poverty capital of the world, and has more out-of-school children with over 40% food inflation, is a height of concern for the people's feelings. This incident has also opened up an aspect of indiscipline that is copiously embedded in our country, which is the abuse and disrespect for the rule of law. Here are questions begging for answers. To what extent did the Ogun State government follow its agreement with the Chinese firm after the UK court ruling that prohibited some Nigeria building in Liverpool? What did both Ogun State and federal government do before the French court action? I would like to therefore challenge the federal government to come clean and transparent on this matter and tell Nigerians how we got to this latest international mess. Toyin, what is your take on this?
100 billion, correct?
$100 million.
$100 million. That's 150, between 150 to 60 billion naira. And people are crying that there's no food. All the fleets, all the aircrafts in the presidential fleet bad? Or are they not properly maintained that will go ahead to spend such whooping amount of money?
But Onanuga has come out to say that the jets went for routine maintenance. As against Peter Obi, that is saying that these jets
It's not just Peter Obi. It's not just Peter Obi. It's not just Peter Obi. Aircraft were purchased. I've read
Onanuga is saying that it's a routine maintenance that the aircraft
Table manners. Table manners. You must defend where you work now.
Okay.
My sister. You know, okay, let's say aircrafts were not bought. Why the 3 aircrafts? Why are the 3 aircrafts in France at the same time?
Routine maintenance, according to Onanuga.
The 3 of them will go for routine maintenance at the same time. So they cannot alternate them. You maintain this, you bring the other one back, you go maintain the other one. Is that not how, if it's their private businesses, will they take the 3 of them? Will they allow the 3 of them to be, not to be fit to fly at the same time? Because government is everything and they are just managing in whatever way they feel they should manage. And to the crux of the matter, why will a subnational government go into an agreement and falter that agreement. You took money from people, you gave them concession to manage a business, and you abruptly come up with whatever you feel is okay by you, and you just
terminated
the contract without paying them off. Look at the embarrassment it has brought to us as a nation. And we are pushing for direct foreign investment. Who will want to invest in a place where their business is not guaranteed? Where are we heading to as a nation? Where are we really heading to? Because if certain things are not done properly, my sister, what we are witnessing will be child's play. Somebody brought out this money. Most of these investors, they borrow this money. They come and invest in your country. You had an agreement, a length of time for them to recoup their money, and it's not even half of that time. You abruptly terminated the contract, and you feel you will oppress them the way you oppress others within the country.
No, but
and using the law against them. Now the law has held up with them.
The federal government was not part of the contract between Ogun State government and this French company.
Yes, they are not, whether they are part
so or why not. Are they dragging the federal government?
Whether they are part or not, it's a federating unit under you. If you don't believe in what they are doing, if you don't give them the backing, you can go after them. You give them allocation every month, is it not? You give them allocation. And you know that a UK court has already granted them opportunity to seize houses that belong to Nigeria in Liverpool, correct? That means you are already aware of this matter. You cannot claim ignorance of this matter. It's not just starting. So why didn't you take it up with the state government? If that's why I said in Nigeria we have strong men. We don't have strong institutions. If our institutions were doing up and doing, even that termination wouldn't have happened. Now look at what it has degenerated to. Anybody that hears this outside this country that was preparing to move in funds into Nigeria to invest, will they come? If I'm the one, I will not come.
The question is, are investors coming?
At least one or two will come. Okay. You know, investment policies are not the same. What I'm looking for might not be what you're looking for. But the confidence of investors coming in is being killed. That's where I'm going to.
All right.
And Nigeria currently, we need every direct investment that we can get, because we need the funds to run the system.
Okay.
But with this kind of story, with this kind of happenings, if it's you, will come.
Demarcate Nigeria.
Definitely. It will definitely demarcate Nigeria, and as it's demarcated Nigeria to whose detriment?
The masses.
The masses and the government. The government will not have the needed funds, with the needed taxes that they will get, the needed VAT that they will recoup from such businesses once they start thriving.
Right. Sadly, we are out of time. I would have loved to continue with this conversation. I mean, so many dimensions to look at this issue. But thank you so much for coming on Open Conversation.